Well, I think, Thailand, as many countries in Asia, is really developing well its industrial base. It is attracting numerous multinationals as well as has its own organic market. Needs to support anything from local pharmaceutical, food and bev. There's a huge export of seafood from Thailand, for example. So, like any country that has international market and an organic local market, they need to digitize and bring more productivity and more output to remain competitive in the ASEAN market, but also globally. Tulip, in that sense, brings its product that is focused on a platform that is focused on the people who actually do the work, the engineers, that allows them with no code, low code AI to very quickly digitize and continuously transform the operation to keep it agile and able to deal with any challenge that come. That of course never ends. Well, as I mentioned, where Thailand is situated in the map is very interesting. Very close to Singapore, who de facto became a hub for a lot of tech companies in the region. I think Thailand is attracting a lot of multinationals to set up, whether in the automotive space or luxury good or pharmaceuticals or semiconductors and high-tech equipment. And the combination of the need to automation, but the Thai people are, I think, very diligent workers that takes industry very seriously, and the support of the government with the industry parks allow us to see this continued motion of factories as companies diversify from China first strategy. I think this is great for Thailand, and so Tulip wants to be there to support this ecosystem that is growing and help Thailand come to this next generation of manufacturing facilities. Yeah, I think our core market has been always enterprise customers, so large scale, multinational that have multiple sites and so on. But it's also true for mid market, sufficiently large companies that have complexity, even though they may have one site. At some point, when the operation is big enough, it is expensive, and the law of production is holding. Like you care about all the quality throughput if you have 1,000 workers or you have 10,000 workers. And the verticals we've been focused on general discrete manufacturing. So think about tier one automotive, or industrial equipment, or machinery tooling, luxury, and then regulated industries, aerospace, defense, medical device, and finally hybrid discrete. So batch continuous manufacturing, pharmaceuticals. So making drugs and classic chemistry, and of course biologics. I think our brand message is very simple. I think it's relevant for Thailand, but it's also relevant for all the world. And Thailand should think globally because it's big enough to be its own powerhouse, and it should think like that. The Thai companies should empower their people to change how they work and build next generation of production systems. If they do that, they will be ready for the next revolution and not dependent on other countries to compete with it on technology. The shift to cloud-based models and SaaS, it's no longer possible to ignore. COVID, that we almost forgot, has gave us a very clear wake-up call that cloud is mission critical in crisis time. And in standard times or normal times, it is a way to remain competitive. And of course, the normal concerns people have against cloud, whether it's availability or security and so on, not very relevant today. The cloud, in fact, and connectivity is becoming a utility, much like our water and power and network. And there are ways to make sure you have redundancy on your connections and have security systems that are by far more superior than your local network. And what you gain in terms of the cost, agility, ability to scale is not something businesses can do without, because the alternative is having expensive people and hardware on staff in your on premise, and that is just not how you can, not a way that corporations can remain competitive with this kind of infrastructure. Yeah, well, there's so many because we're in fact a platform. So when we talk about the general application, what we want to give our customer when we say new type of a production system. Typically, it starts with process if it's in discrete manufacturing from your inventory, your production, visibility, planning and scheduling, to the assembly instructions, inline quality tests, all the way to shipping a full product to a customer. So the applications really fit the organization is trying to deliver. And that's in fact what's different about this approach of digitization. If you digitize where you find the most critical bottleneck or where you need to double throughput or where you need to deal with a quality issue, you're busy solving the problem as opposed to implementing some piece of software. Here we are today in a really great customer event that is very graciously hosted by Appomax that we're very delighted and happy this came together with AWS and a few other partners, Factory Talk, i4Tech, and Virtual Manufacturing. Our strategy on APAC is simple. Like it is impossible to think that if we want to change the industrial software landscape, you cannot ignore APAC. APAC is at least a third of the world population, a lot more of manufacturing output, and it has to be front and center. So we have to invest. And Asian and APAC is very diverse in terms of countries, languages, traditions. So you have to have country by country strategy. To do that, you need to find the companies and the people who have the same passion as we have. So they want to do it for their country for the same reasons. They want to build an operation first ecosystem that allows them to change their industry. And as a result, build a very thriving business. And our goal for Thailand is like any other country. We want to build that ecosystem. We want to find the best partners. And of course, that always goes with the global player, like we mentioned, AWS or Snowflake or others, internet class distribution of software and technology. What this does is that, in fact, we're building a community together. So I hope there will be a very thriving Tulip community in Thailand that we're very proud of all of us together. So that's my hope.